Hey guys, it's Issa and I'm using my camera and I'm still learning to use it. So every time you see me use my camera, I'm probably going to have to mention that I use my camera because it's so difficult for me to use it and I'm learning to use it still. So I finally found a way to kind of make it like not make that focus sound when I'm like kind of trying to use the camera and stuff like that. So I'm really happy about that. But today I am here to speak on a very serious topic that I think a lot of people need to know about, and that is about parents humiliating their children. Yes, parents, you really need to stop humiliating your children, especially if you are a black person. And I know people are tired of you hearing and pulling out the black card, but you guys, it's something that's really serious out here and you really need to stop. I saw a video today on a guy. Basically, he was setting up his daughter who stole some nails. Yes, it was on World Star Hip Hop, and he recorded her throughout the whole process. And I understand that educating your children and making sure that your children don't make the same mistake and punishing your children is one thing. I'm not telling anyone how to raise their child or anything like that, but don't humiliate your child. He basically recorded the whole thing and put it on World Star Hip Hop. Really? Like, seriously, is that necessary for someone to do? Not at all. You really don't need to humiliate your child to punish them. That's something you don't need to do. I mean, I would just be horrified if my mother or father did something like that to me. Like, I don't even know how you could record your child, put it on the internet for everyone to see. Like, all you need to do is punish your child and be done with it. Yes, they will learn their lesson from what you did, but putting them on the internet so everyone can see them, like the way my parents punished me when I was younger is it's a wait till you get home kind of thing. I already know what's coming for you kind of thing when you get home, but you don't go ahead and put it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Oh, I'm punishing my child today because my child did this. Punishing your child should be a private matter that you and your child need to handle, not for the rest of the world to see. Like, that just really made me upset when I seen that video. He took her to Walgreens and then took her to the cashier, and then he made her pay for it, and then he said that he was going to put his daughter in handcuffs, and he did that all on camera. Like, black people are already they're already looked at as like the worst people on this planet, and then you're gonna go ahead and record your daughter for something that she did for stealing nails at a store, and then you're gonna basically make her like viewed by the whole world. Like, is that necessary? That's not necessary. You could have done all of that off camera, because if that was my child, honestly, I would have taken her back to the store as well, but without all the recording. She does not need to be humiliated, but she does need to be, like, punished for what she did, because what she did was wrong. But what the father did, I think, was even worse. The fact that he recorded it and made it just live for everyone to see. It's just horrible. Like, things that go on with your family at home, or things that go on, like, with your child and the way you raise your child, that's something that should be between you, your child, and your partner. Like, why does that have to be between you, your child, your partner, and the world? Like, that's not even cool at all. Like, that just made me so upset. I don't even have words to explain how upset I am right now after seeing that video. That little girl is going to be on YouTube, World Star Hip Hop, all over social media for something she did when she was younger for the rest of her life, not willingly, right? Not willingly. And on top of that, she's a black woman, or going to be a black woman in the future, which will be 10 times told against her even more, and she's on social media because her dad felt like she needed to be there. Like, what is that? What is that? That's ridiculous. And I'm so sad for the little girl that has to have this held against her for the rest of her life because her father wanted to make something public. So thank you, Dad. Another black father who creates, I don't want to say, he just created something that doesn't need to be, wasn't that, like, okay, I know you don't want your child to steal, nobody wants their child to steal, but you don't need to expose them. You don't expose your own child. You know what I'm saying? How can you expose your own child? And maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion, but you need to stop exposing your own children. You don't expose your own child. Like, why? What is the sense of exposing your own child and making them feel bad, making them look bad? You're making your own child look bad, a product of you making them look bad. Like, why? Why? And then I have to throw the black card in there because, like, she is a young black lady that's already going to be hard for her because of the simple fact that she's black already. Now she's all over social media. And when she gets older, she's going to have to continuously be reminded of the one time she stole. Instead of just punishing your child at home, letting them know what's wrong, right? And then letting them get over that so they won't have to constantly be reminded through everything that they do in the future when they try to move on with their life when they grow up. This is a mistake she made when she was little. I don't know if the girl is still little right now, but let's say that I would have done that and someone would have done that to me while I was younger, and then now, let's say fast forward, I'm 18 years now, and I'm looking back and I go to the store to purchase something. God forbid someone's like, oh, you're the girl who stole the nail polish or stole the little nails, because that's what she took, and stole the little nails from Walgreens. Now you have to give me an ID every time you come in, or you have to kind of, be stared down, or people are going to look at you everywhere you go. How does that make you feel that you made your child or put your child in that position? Because that would make me feel awful. That would make me feel terrible. Horrible. I could never do something like that to my child. When I punish my child, it's a wait for me to get home kind of thing. And another thing I can't even stand also is when people grab their children in public and kind of punish their children in public, slap their children in public. I do believe that children need punishment. I do believe that children need to be educated in a certain way, but it's not something that needs to be done in public. So if you're there yanking your child in public and doing things like slapping them and screaming at them in public in front of everyone, you're also humiliating your child. You're also humiliating your child, and it makes me feel awful and horrible. Like, I've seen cases where people have done that to their children, screaming at them, pushing them, and just being completely unnecessary. Because there's a difference between being angry at your child and punishing your child for something that they did wrong. So please, people, be aware of that. Don't do that to your child. Don't humiliate your child. That's something that's absolutely horrible. And I feel really bad for that little girl. I feel awful for that little girl. And I don't know what else to say about that, because that hurt me. It hurt me in so many ways, and I just had to come on here and make a video about that, because black people, please protect your children. Don't hurt your children. We're already in enough pain.